Hey everybody, welcome to the first ever eSports Michigan podcast. This is a State Champ Sports Network production, and we are the only guys in the state of Michigan that are doing esports at the high school level. So what we wanted to do today is kind of give you an introduction as to what eSports Michigan is all about and what we've got coming up, because it's super exciting. We want to get your schools, we want to get your teams playing in our online league and then participating in our tournament that we're going to have here at Lawrence Technological University, May 20th and 21st in Southfield, Michigan, where you can compete not only for prizes, but for thousands, and I mean literally thousands of dollars in scholarship money opportunities. So listen up. I just wanted to tease you with that. I promise you the voice you're going to hear next is not death warmed over. He just happens to be a little ill this morning. So Andrew Blanchard is here. He's our esports guru. He's our guy who's running the tournament, getting everything together. He's the one that you will talk to when you want to sign up your team. Have any questions? What's up, Andrew?
Nothing much. Thanks for introducing me, Lauren. Yeah, sorry about the voice this morning.
We're all, it's January in Michigan. It happens. Last week I was facing the same thing, so it's all good. We're glad that you're here. So the important thing to first tell people is, and what we want to do is kind of give you the who, what, where, when, how, kind of what's happening with eSports Michigan. And last year, just kind of sum up what we did last year as a kind of an introduction to this sport, not only from our company's perspective, but for high school in the state of Michigan.
Yeah, so last year we did a 16-team invitational. So the teams didn't need to play any prior games. We didn't know their relative skill level or anything of the such.
Yeah.
We invited them onto the campus. They each played their games. And the winners took home, $16,000 for the winners, $14,000 for second place.
Each
for 4 years, right?
Yeah.
And on top of that, everybody who stayed around for the finals and stuff won great prizes, games, mice, headsets. So it was a really cool tournament. The only, the drawbacks were teams, we didn't know their skill level.
Right.
So we were trying to pair together teams that we knew were either rivals or, that was kind of the only thing we had to go off of. But overall, the tournament was a great success, in my opinion.
Yeah.
We had tons of fun the whole day. All the teams were hyped. It was a great tournament.
Yeah.
So.
We had Troy and Bloomfield Hills battling it out for 1 and 2, and it really was good. Went to three games.
Yeah, it went all 3 games. It was, oh my gosh, back and forth games all day. Definitely one of the best finals you could have hoped for from an inaugural season like that.
There's no doubt. And we're talking about League of Legends. That's the game we're talking about. And we decided we had such a great time. I think it was a great kind of first go at it. And the school was super excited.
Oh, yeah.
We had a ton of people here. Our studios, for those of you who don't know, as State Champs, is on campus at Lawrence Tech. Andrew went to Lawrence Tech. He is now in the working world, and he is also, again, helping us really try and take this to the next level. So we took what we did last year. We wanted to build on that. How are we doing that?
All right. So last year we had the 16 teams, invitational style. They didn't play anything. This year we're expanding. We're going to try 32 teams. Each 32 teams are going to play over an 8-week season. So it's going to be a very similar style to you see in most pro esports realms. These teams are going to play in a group, 8 teams per group. They're going to play over 8 weeks and play 14 games each. So we, as a tournament director setup, can figure out the relative strength of each of the teams, and they can play more than just the 1 or 2 games that some of the teams sadly were only able to play on that first tournament. So this year, with all of the 14 games, the top 16 teams, so the top 4 from each group, we're going to be bringing them onto Lawrence Tech. We're going to be competing over 2 days instead of 1 day, and they're going to be playing much more games for much bigger prizes, more prizes throughout the whole day. There's going to be a great get-together event on Saturday night. LTU is really putting out the stops to help us make sure that all the kids are accommodated and taken care for while they're here for the weekend.
Yep.
It should be a much better, more fulfilling experience for each of the players that are participating this year.
Yeah, and some of the things we learned is, we need to have kind of a spectator experience. So we're going to take the atrium here at Lawrence Tech, and we're going to have monitors up. That's a place where you can go and kind of watch some of the action that may be going on, in another room, in another theater of where the action is taking place, so that you can kind of see what's going on and also have a place to hang out where you're not just sitting inside the in the room of where those particular games are, because we're going to have the good thing is competition's going to be better because you have played your way into this. We'll allow ourselves to be able to seed. I think a lot more effectively, because obviously we've seen the performances of the teams that are coming. We can make the brackets, a lot more even, so that teams get an opportunity to play. I guess some people will be like, all right, so what does this cost? Right.
So most tournaments, you've got your entry fee.
Well, let me ask you first, what does it cost to join the league?
Oh, yeah. So the cost to join the league, straight, you don't need anything.
Free.
Free, yeah. You spend no money. You join the tournament. You play for your 8 weeks. All your stuff is done through us. We take account of your games and all that stuff. You don't need to pay for travel expenses or how to get to
so let me step back for a sec. So I like playing. Let's say I got a few friends. You need 5. You got to have a group of 5. You guys like playing, competitive gaming, whatever it is. League of Legends is this one. And basically, you go through your school. You can go to eSportsMichigan.com. That's the website to download the application. You can also reach us there. You can email us if you have questions, or we can send it to you. But you go there. You basically you have to get a sign-off from your school. So whether it's a teacher or a coach or maybe somebody in the administration, just somebody connected with the school, just to kind of just so we know you're representing your school. Is that correct?
Yeah, it doesn't need to be a huge administrator like the principal or superintendent.
No.
It just needs to be somebody who you guys know, some teacher, physics, computer science, something.
Yeah.
Just so we can contact the school,
Exactly. And so that's it. You have your team. We get you locked into the league. And from there, you just basically don't do anything. We figured we were going to have it where you're playing twice a week?
Yeah, twice a week. The games will happen Thursday through Sunday.
Okay.
So the hope here is that we have a structured schedule for the team. So you guys would know, hey, I'm always playing Thursday, Saturday, or I'm always playing Friday, Sunday.
Right.
Something like that. So you know ahead of time, I need to be online at this time. And if you ever have any conflicts or anything, we're super open, super reachable.
We'll work it out.
Yeah, email, text, call, phone, anything. Yeah. And it should be a really fun and freeing environment for everybody to play. Again, free of charge.
Yeah, free of charge, and all the stats, all that stuff will all be taken care of. That all happens automatically, through League of Legends, and we'll be able to, you'll be able to check and see where your team is in terms of wins and losses, and if you're, close to qualifying. And basically, if I have heard this right, it's you're kind of like assigned a game. It's scheduled.
Yep.
Correct? So how does that work? It's scheduled for a particular time, or do the teams have to agree on a time?
So the way it's going to work is there's going to be, let's say, 6 to 8 o'clock on Thursday through Sunday night, or something of the similar sort. What's going to happen is we're going to send you a time. We're going to have the schedule all laid out weeks in advance, so you guys know. First week, I need to play this time. Second week, I'm playing at this time.
Right.
They're all going to be online, easy to access. The only thing you guys need to do as a team is to be in League of Legends, in the lobby, ready to play the game, at least no more than 10 minutes after your scheduled game time starts. If you have any scheduling conflicts or the enemy team has any conflicts or anything,
you got to let us know ahead of time.
Just let us know ahead of time. Yeah. We'll work something out.
Right.
Because it's online, because you don't need to go to the school.
Right.
Everything's done remotely. You don't need to,
right.
Schedule and, oh, no, I can't make it.
Right.
We'll reschedule it for Monday night or something. So it should be super flexible. Nobody should be disqualified for not attending.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's, again, we're making it as easy as possible for you. And, you guys just, wherever you're going to play, you get together. And this is one of the things is the way the game works is you can just be, you've got one guy at your house. Another guy's at his house on your team. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Another guy's. It's not like you guys all have to be in one room and you're playing all at the same time. You each have your own role to play if you know the game. If you don't know the game, you could do it anyway. I mean, why not? Some people are just good at gaming and you figure it out. But everybody has a role to play within the. Then you guys decide who that is and what role you want to be inside the game. And then again, you're all playing. So you just have to be online at this time, no later than 10 minutes after your scheduled start, and away you go.
Yep, that's it.
And that's it. And then basically what will happen from there is the top 16 of the 32-team league will be invited to come to Lawrence Tech the weekend of May 20th and 21st. That's a Saturday and Sunday. We did it last year again. It was fantastic. And we're going to, roll out the red carpet. You're going to have You're going to have at least one day of gaming, and then hopefully you qualify into we're going to have semifinals and finals on Saturday.
I believe Sunday. It's a group stage on Saturday.
Yeah.
So the 16 teams will be divided into 4 groups.
Okay.
The top 2 from each of those 4 groups then moves on to Saturday. So you have your quarterfinals, semis, finals on Sunday. And each of those will be a best of 3 match. So each team that moves on to the next bracket stage will be playing at least 2 games. That way no one game just decides it. Each team needs to win 2 to take home the trophy. And
like I said, we're going to try to make it as fun and as good experience as we can for you guys. And even if you lose, say early on, maybe on Saturday, we want to incentivize you to hang out on Sunday. So spend the night. We're going to have, again, activities. We're going to plan some stuff. Who knows? Maybe we'll get a band out here or something.
Yeah,
I mean, who knows? On Saturday night. And we're going to, we got food vouchers that we'll have for you guys. So we'll make sure that you're taken care of and you're fed. And again, we'll have dorm rooms here that are really, really nice. I mean, the dorms that they have set us up was only built a few years ago.
Yeah.
So they're, you know what I'm talking about.
They're nice.
They're nice.
They're definitely good.
Yeah. They're not like what you may, have seen from when your brothers or sisters or something are out there at some of the old schools and some of those dorms that haven't changed in 50 years. These are like new. And not only that, we have discounts at the hotel Comfort Inn right around here for your parents. If your parents want to come, maybe you guys are traveling from the UP or from up north somewhere, and again, we're going to make it great. We're going to make it fun, and then just build on this thing. And next year, who knows how big we can get this thing.
Yeah, the sky's the limit with this kind of tournament. We start with 32 high schools now. There's hundreds of high schools in the state of Michigan, and our goal is to get to most of them, if not all of them, and really, really just open up the opportunity for high schoolers in Michigan to play this game for fun, for competition, and see where they can go. You never know where you can go collegiately, pros.
LTU has the game art design program here. They have an eSports team here that you can play on in college.
Yeah, and like I said, sky's the limit with this.
Yeah.
So.
I was going to ask you before we go, as we wrap up, talk about, you as a gamer. For those listening, Andrew does this. He plays this. He's been doing, that's why he's doing this. I mean, he works a real job. Now he's doing this because he's excited about the opportunity of what it can be and just getting other people involved and into eSports, which is, it's fun. It's great. When I was growing up, we were competitive gamers on the sports side of things, not like this kind of thing, but talk about just your interest in, say, let's take League of Legends, since that's the game we're playing. When you started playing it, what your experience has been in competing.
Oh, yeah. So I started playing, I would say, like my second year of college, maybe 4 or 5 years ago. A bunch of my friends, we all downloaded the game just because somebody said it was fun. Played it, loved it, haven't stopped since. Avid watcher of all things pro esports, for Overwatch, for League, for any of this stuff. It wasn't until a year and a half ago that LTU started figuring out a way that we could get a esports team onto the campus to compete with MSU, U of M, Ohio State. We've competed with UCLA. We've competed with Winnipeg in Canada. It was great tournaments, great competition. And I was the team captain last year. We didn't play amazing. It was a brand new program at the school. It was a bunch of guys who got together, had a lot of fun. Same thing you guys will be doing on this high school level. just having fun, playing the game for the love of the game, which is, at the end of the day, the best we can ask for. I've been playing for 6 years, and I've had a blast every year. So,
and also, just for those who are just discovering it, what is the game? What is League of Legends, and what's the strategy?
Okay, so League of Legends is basically a long game of get to the other side of the map. It is you as a 5-man group want to destroy and beat the enemy's base, what we call in the game a nexus. Once you destroy that crystal, the game ends. Whoever destroys it first wins the game. Along the way, you have obstacles, whether it be the enemies themselves or AI-controlled minions, monsters in the jungle, any number of different obstacles that you need to use to your advantage to get to the other side. You level up, gain skills, buy items. Each of these helps you to beat the enemy team. Strategy, huge strategy is involved in this game. It's a matter of microseconds, milliseconds that change the outcome of an entire match. And so it is really a rigorous game of teamwork, communication, and strategy that allows a team to win and progress onto the enemy side of the map.
And the beauty is, if let's say you're like, wow, that sounds daunting. Like we don't even play. There is talk about what you can go and witness on YouTube to help you learn to play this game.
Thousands of recorded videos that
show you the strategy. Yeah. They spell it out for you.
Coaches, each of the professional teams has employed 3, 4, 5 coaches. Each of those coaches has content on YouTube, content on Twitch.
Yeah,
you can watch these things. Esports, there's actually like an esports or Leaguepedia, I think it is, leaguepedia.com, and they have a how to play esports kind of whole section for their website. And it literally just lays out, here's an introduction to the game. Mm-hmm. If you haven't played it, check it out. They've got a nice tutorial, tons of people to contact, great community. Just anybody you come into contact with, if they care about the game, ask them. They will tell you what to do, what's going on, and it is not as daunting as you think to get involved.
All right, and lastly, it's not like when you commit to play to this thing that these games last hours and hours. Talk about the typical game length and how much time they'll be putting in when they're playing.
Yeah, so a typical game lasts, when you first start out, 20 to 30 minutes. As you get better at the game, when more and more strategy comes into play, games can drag out, but never any longer than 45 minutes at the most. We usually say in the community, put aside just 1 hour and you'll have a blast. You'll play your whole game, get through the champion select. For the tournament, we're giving each team 5 minutes before the game to set up, get ready, and then throughout the game, they've got their 45 minutes to however long to finish their game. So you don't need to sit down for an hour and a half plus, penalty kills plus, your free throw time and really the games end fairly simply, fairly quickly.
All right, and then finally So if anybody wants to sign up, get more information, where do they go?
All right, esportsmichigan.com. We've got 2 links, esportsmichigan.com/info or /register. Go there. We've got Facebook, Esports Michigan is on Facebook. We're on Twitter. Reach out to them, and all of the contact information will be there. You can also email us, esportsmichigan.invitational@gmail.com. You email me there. I'll respond within a day, get you guys all set up. LTU is handling all of our registration. Thankfully, they've got a really nice streamlined process online. You just go to their webpage. The links are, again, on the website, through the email, on Twitter, on Facebook. Go to the link, go to LTU. You just plug in your information. Super fast, super simple. I'll get your information. You guys are signed up and ready to go. No fees, no credit card, no information's needed.
Finally, when does registration end and when does the league begin?
So right now, registration is going to be ending last week of February, and gameplay is set to start, all things considered, second week of March.
Okay.
So we've pushed it back. We're opening registration a little bit longer for teams.
Yep.
We want to make sure we get everybody who wants to be interested in this, that they can play, they can enjoy. So we'll be starting second week of March.
Right.
We'll be playing for the 8 weeks, and then May 21st, we'll see you on campus.
Right, and let me tell you something. Right now, as of Wednesday, January 24th, when we recorded this podcast, we only had about 8 teams that signed up. There is lots of opportunity to get your teams in there now, and we're going to fill it. It's going to happen. We want you to be a part of it. So, again, go to esportsmichigan.com. Get in on it. Again, if you have any questions, anything you need to know in specifics, Andrew can email you within a 24-hour period. We want to get you in on this. Thank you so much for listening. We'll do this again as we kind of get closer to the registration deadline and then also as to league play and when everything's going to be happening. But we're looking forward to an exciting esports season, and we'll see you very soon.